I'd like to look for a moment at the first reading. The first reading, and it's used over the Sundays of the Easter season, is the sermon that Simon Peter delivers on Pentecost. But it's a long sermon and they break it up over these days. The particular thing I'd like to look at today is where Peter is preaching to them, and he tells them that by what they did and their particular decision, they participated in the death of Jesus Christ. Then he also tells them in the talk that they need to understand that the fact that Jesus should die and rise was a set plan of God. And what Peter wants them to understand is the exact nature of what they've done. What they did was participate in the death of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. However, their participation did not determine whether or not he was going to die. He was going to die. That was God's plan, because he was to rise from the dead. The thing that I like about that particular thing is that oftentimes in the sacrament of reconciliation, the two things that I find most difficult in dealing with people are some people seem unwilling to understand the seriousness of what they've done. They don't seem to think that the actions are really important. And they're separated from the seriousness. And if you don't understand the seriousness of problems and evil, there's no real motivation to get over it. And on the other hand, there are many people who think that what they've done is so serious, it's like the end of the world. Like what they've done, you can never come back from, you can never repair, and God could not possibly forgive. And they make far too much out of what they've done in their lives. And I think one of the great gifts that Simon Peter is giving to the community is letting them know that what they did was wrong, what they did was bad, what they did can be corrected, and what they did does not determine all of history. It was wrong, they shouldn't have done it, but it isn't the end of the world. Salvation, the call of Jesus, is open to all of them. And I think it's an important thing in our lives to be able to measure the significance of actions and always to somehow come to some kind of balance so we don't make it some grand thing that it really isn't, and not dismiss things that have a certain importance. I tell you, in my own life, the real key to this is talking to other people about it. Oftentimes it's very difficult to get an exact perspective on what you and I have done ourselves. But to talk to someone else about it oftentimes is very helpful in coming to understand exactly the seriousness and the fact that it is not a catastrophe.